So just a quick reminder before we start, if you find these things helpful and you want me to keep making videos like this, just subscribe. It really helps me out. So on November the 2nd, a play to earn event started in Gods Unchained. Before, the only way to earn money was to get expansion packs on Weekend Ranked, and that was not exactly a way of making a lot of money for the average player. Copper Pitch has made an excellent video highlighting how much you can expect to make like this. But now things have changed a little bit. This new event, called Blessing of the Gods, will allow players to earn something called Gods tokens if they complete a certain set of conditions. Just in case you don't know, a God token is a cryptocurrency that is made by the company behind Gods Unchained, which can also be related to the game's services, but like all other crypto, it has real value. It currently sits at $6.49. The biggest question is, how much are you going to be able to earn? Especially if you're an average player, is it worth it? First of all, let's take a look at the conditions one needs to fulfill in order to obtain Gods tokens. Play 20 or more games, okay. Win 7. Every game must pass at least 4 rounds, be at least rank 4, and 17 of your opponents must be different people. Okay, nothing really unusual here and very doable for 99% of players. Now, this is where it gets interesting. How many Gods tokens are we going to be able to earn? Well, there's an equation for that based around a given number of points. It seems like the higher your rank, the higher your base points will be for just participating in fulfilling the requirements once. As you can see here, 1 for the low ranks, mid ranks 1.5, and up to a maximum of 2. And there's also the possibility of making bonus points by completing the same requirements twice or thrice. Another factor involved in the calculation is the base reward pool, which depends on the number of active players. Okay, let's look at the calculations and figure out how much an average player could stand to make for the whole duration of the event, as well as weekly at current prices. It goes like this. Your total points, which an average low-rank player can obtain up to 3, divided by the total points of all players. This is the tricky one, but we can make an educated guess that on average, we would get about 1 point per player. Might be more or less, but it is a fair estimation, considering a lot of players won't get any points and some will get a little bit more. But how many players are there? We need that for the calculation as well. Well, we can't know for sure, but then again, we can make an educated guess and assume that the first target of 50,000 active players will be reached. So 3 divided by 50,000, as it is 1 point for each, multiplied by the base reward pool, which in this case of 50,000 players is 225,000. So we end up with 13.5 Gods tokens per week, if you were to be low rank and play 60 matches. At current prices, this amounts to $87 per week. For a low rank, if you plan to get only 2 or 1 points per week, just divide this by 3 or get 2/3 of the value. Now, since the event will go on for 2 weeks, we could stand to make 8 times $87 or $700 in total. I would say it's definitely worth it even for a low rank at current price. Now, how many matches a day would you need to play to be able to fulfill all points? Well, if you're looking for all the 3 points, getting the 2 bonus ones, you would need to play around 9 matches per day on average, every single week. My matches usually take somewhere in the ballpark of 10 to 15 minutes, really, and it just requires you to pass the 4th rank. It shouldn't take that long, to be honest. Maybe 2 hours a day would be more than enough to do this. So by 2 hours of daily grind, you could stand to make $97 per week. Pretty sweet deal for me.